I am so excited to share the announcement for my Spring 2024 tour of Ireland. Hi, thanks so much for joining me again here on the Traveling in Ireland podcast. I cannot wait to share with you a brand new tour that I have planned for June of 2024. But before I get into that, I just want to give you this little reminder. It is never too early to begin your own Ireland vacation planning, and I have the resources to help you plan every step of the way. The Planning Your Ireland Vacation series on the Traveling in Ireland podcast begins in episode 125 and guides you step by step to create your own amazing Ireland vacation. If you want to see the entire series in order with the show notes and articles, you can visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/planning. Now, are you ready to hear about my brand new tour? The Traveling in Ireland Spring Tour is called Heart of Ireland, and it takes place June 10th through 18th, 2024. Now, I designed this kind of based on a lot of feedback that I was getting. I was hearing a lot about wanting to visit the real Ireland and kind of getting that Ireland that you imagined. So what I've done is I've created a tour that crosses from the Celtic coast to the wild Atlantic Way across the center of Ireland. It blends that real Ireland that you've been dreaming of with sights and attractions that are going to tick your bucket list. It begins in the Garden County of Wicklow and crosses the center of Ireland to the wild west of Connemara. And the thing that I kind of thought about when I did this was, what are the places that people pass through but maybe don't take the time to stop and visit? So just like all of my tours, this is a small group tour. There will only be 10 to 12 people. So you can rest assured that you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to leave feeling like you have a brand new Irish cousin in our driver and probably make a few new friends along the way. This tour includes 8 nights accommodation, a daily breakfast, 1 group lunch, 3 group dinners, 1 OPW Heritage card per person, entrance to Powerscourt Gardens or Beyond the Trees Avondale, Glendalough, the Rock of Cashel, Caircastle, magnificent Loch Gur, the Cliffs of Moher, and Kylemore Abbey. We're going to be touring in a really comfortable luxury touring vehicle. We will have a private driver guide. You will have complimentary concierge service. Gratuities for group meals and the driver guide are included in the tour price. You will receive a travel planner and journal that has been created just for this tour, and any recommendations you need for the tour or for any touring you want to do before or after the tour. You have access to me, and I will help you get that planned if you wish. The price for this tour is $3,895 per person. Now that does not include your airfare, and it is priced based on 2 people sharing. I also want to mention that the tour does not include Dublin because the city is very easily toured without a guide. It's incredibly compact and walkable. So if you want to visit Dublin, I do recommend that you visit it prior to the beginning of the tour. Now, I'm going to just give you a few highlights of what you can expect on this Heart of Ireland tour. The first day begins with a visit to County Wicklow. Now, right now I've got it set up. There are 2 places we may visit, and it's going to really depend on what the people on my tour want to do. We will either visit Powerscourt Estate and Gardens, or Beyond the Trees Avondale. Both are incredible sites to visit, and I'm excited to go to either. So we'll just see, but it's one or the other. We will also visit the monastic city of Glendalough, and then our first night will be spent at Butler House in the medieval city of Kilkenny. And we'll have a group dinner that night in Kilkenny. On the next morning, you will have time to explore Kilkenny at your leisure before we head into County Tipperary for a little bit of touring that includes the Rock of Cashel and Cahir Castle, and then we will return to Kilkenny for a second night at Butler House. On the 12th, we will make our way west, stopping at Ireland's largest stone circle at Loch Gur. And then the afternoon, another kind of time that's up in the air depending on what the group would like to do. We will either visit Bunratty Castle and Folk Park, or we will do a walking tour in Ennis and a possible visit to Adare, which is often called the prettiest town in Ireland. Now that night we're going to stay at the Templegate Hotel in Ennis. Ennis is a wonderful small city. It has loads of terrific pubs, great live music, and we will do a group dinner that evening in Ennis. On June 13th, we're going to venture into West Clare. We're going to visit the Cliffs of Moher, kind of wind our way through Burren National Park, and we will be staying at Highlands Burren Hotel in Ballyvaughan. This is a terrific hotel. It's really close to the ocean. There is a wonderful restaurant within walking distance called Monk's that just, you sit outside at a picnic table and the ocean is right there. It's just a really terrific spot to spend a night. On June 14th, we're going to head out into Connemara. We'll make a stop in Galway City in the morning, have a bit of a wander there, and then as we head out toward Connemara, we'll stop and do some touring of the beaches, the bays, and the coast. And then we will have our first night in Clifton, which is a lovely town in the wild west of Connemara. Again, another place with terrific pubs, great music, great restaurants, just a really, really terrific place to spend the night. On the 15th, we will tour some more in Connemara. We will take in the Skye Road, Connemara National Park, and Kylemore Abbey. We will have a group lunch in Connemara National Park. Hopefully the weather will agree with a picnic and maybe a little bit of hiking. And then we will head back to Clifton for our second night. On June 16th, we will leave Connemara. We'll do some scenic touring, have some fun photo ops, and we will end up at Kennedy Castle in County Offaly for a night in the castle. I do love Kennedy Castle. It's one of the castles that feels the most castle-like to me in the room. It doesn't feel like it's been, it's been modernized, right? Because it has to be, but it hasn't been completely modernized where it feels like a hotel room. You still have the stone walls and antiques and everything. It's really a terrific castle stay. And then on June 17th, we will continue private touring as we make our way back to Dublin. We're going to stop at one of my very favorite ruins, the Rock of Donaghmace. And we might end up with a gentle hike and some scenic views in Howth on the Howth Cliff Walk or at Howth Head. And then we will end at the Maldron Hotel at the Dublin Airport. On June 18th, you will either depart Ireland or you will continue on a self-guided tour. So there you have it. That is the Heart of Ireland tour in June 2024. Now, right now, what I'm doing with this tour is I am just taking a hold your spot kind of ticket. There's no deposit required. So if this is a tour that interests you, all you have to do is visit the website. You can either click the link in the show notes, or you can visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/spring tour, all one word, spring tour, and that will take you directly to the tour page. click the ticket that says I am interested, and that will add you to the interest list. So when the tickets do go on sale, you are the first to know and have the first opportunity to book before it goes out to my general interest list. So again, this is the Heart of Ireland tour. Takes place June 10th through 18th, 2024, and the price is $3,895 per person sharing. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me, Jody at IrelandFamilyVacations.com. I would love to tell you more about this tour and answer any questions you might have. As always, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And until next time, Slán go fóill.